My wife and stepchildren forced me to sleep on a tiny sofa all vacation after I paid for a luxury villa, but the way I got revenge was unforgettable. They never saw it coming. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Reddit Visuals. Let me tell you about the worst vacation of my life. No, scratch that. The most eye-opening vacation of my life. One that started with a five-figure dream and ended with me driving away from a beachfront paradise, grinning like a man who just walked out of prison. Because what they did to me and what I did back, yeah, they never saw it coming. So I'm 43. Been married to my wife Kayla for about 5 years. She's got 2 kids from a previous marriage, Eli and Skylar. They're 17 and 21. I've been in their lives since they were barely teens. I paid for Eli's braces, taught Skylar how to drive, sat through hours of high school plays and soccer games. Their dad's not really in the picture. He dips in and out, mostly when it's convenient for him. I tried to fill that role, even though I knew I'd never be dad. I was okay with being the bonus parent, or at least I thought I was. Anyway, this whole thing started when Kayla brought up a summer vacation back in February. She wanted to do something big this year, something fancy, memorable. For the kids, she said. They were growing up. Who knew how many more trips we'd all take as a family? I agreed. I work in IT consulting, and the last couple of years had been good to me. I offered to fully fund a 10-day trip to the Amalfi Coast. I told Kayla to find the villa of her dreams. I didn't ask for much, just that we all enjoy it together. And maybe, just maybe, I get to sleep in a bed I helped pay for. She sent me a link 2 days later. A modern cliffside villa with 5 bedrooms, an infinity pool, and a private chef option. $14,000. I winced. She smiled. I booked it. Fast forward to late June, we arrive in Italy after a long journey. Everyone's groggy but excited. The place is even better in person. Terraces overlooking the sea, handmade tile floors, a master suite that looks like it was built for royalty. The kids run upstairs to check out the rooms. Skylar claims the biggest one. Obviously, she says, since she's the oldest. Eli grabs the next biggest. Kayla shrugs and says she'll share the room with Skylar, since they've always been close. I blink. Wait, so where am I sleeping? I ask, genuinely confused. She gestures vaguely at the downstairs. There's a lounge with a sofa, babe. You said you like falling asleep to the TV, right? I laughed. I thought it was a joke. It wasn't. They had taken every single bed in the villa. Every single one. And I, the man who paid for it all, was being offered a lumpy, short, faux leather couch next to the kitchen. At first, I tried to reason with them. I reminded Kayla that we're married, that I hadn't slept on a couch since my 20s, that my back wasn't built for this. She rolled her eyes and said, "Don't be dramatic. It's just for a few nights." It wasn't. 10 days, 10 long nights, on that damn couch. And it wasn't just the sleeping situation. It was everything. Meals were planned without me. Day trips were arranged, and I was, accidentally, left out of the group chat. I'd wake up to find them all gone, off to explore Positano or rent a boat, while I was left behind like the family pet. And the worst part? They acted like it was normal, like I was being unreasonable for even noticing. By day 5, something inside me snapped. Not a full-on rage meltdown. No, something colder, sharper, more strategic. Because if they thought I was just going to smile through this and foot the bill like some chump, they were dead wrong. I started planning. First, I messaged the villa owner privately and asked about shortening our stay. He said if we left 3 days early, he could refund me for the unused nights, minus a small cancellation fee. That was perfect. Then I quietly booked a cozy boutique hotel in Naples. 1 room, king-sized bed, air conditioning, breakfast buffet, and, most importantly, privacy. That night, while they were out at some influencer-famous seafood place I wasn't invited to, I packed my suitcase. I took my passport, my credit cards, and left them a note on the counter. Hope the couch is more comfortable than it looks. Enjoy the rest of the trip. P.S. The villa is only booked till Friday now. Buona fortuna. Then I slipped out into the night, caught a cab, and checked into my new hotel. I woke up the next morning feeling more refreshed than I had in years. Kayla blew up my phone, texts, calls, voice notes. She was furious. She accused me of abandoning them, of ruining the family vacation, of embarrassing her in front of the kids. I didn't reply. Not at first. But when I finally did, I kept it simple. You made it clear I wasn't part of the family on this trip. I just gave you the freedom to prove it. Apparently, they scrambled to find another place to stay. The villa owner, bless him, did not bend the rules. They had to vacate. Ended up in a budget hotel 30 minutes inland with no air conditioning and bunk beds. The kids were livid. Skylar posted a vague story on Instagram about toxic men who weaponize money. Eli just went quiet. Kayla told everyone I had a midlife crisis. But you know what? That crisis tasted a lot like fresh espresso and tiramisu in bed while watching the sun rise over Mount Vesuvius. When I got home a week later, Kayla was waiting for me. She started in immediately. Accusations, crocodile tears, guilt-tripping. You humiliated me in front of my children, she said. I looked at her calmly and said, No, you humiliated me. I paid for that trip. I wanted us to connect, to bond as a family. Instead, I was treated like an outsider in my own marriage. And you think I'm the villain for leaving? She didn't have an answer for that. Things have been rocky since. We're in counseling now, mostly because I insisted on it if we were going to try to rebuild anything. But I'll be honest, I don't think I'm the one who needs fixing here. Sometimes I still think about that couch. How small it was. How cold it got at night. How I could hear them laughing upstairs like I wasn't even there. And then I remember that last morning, sipping espresso alone with the breeze in my hair, while Kayla and the kids panicked, trying to find a place to stay. And I smile, because for the first time I stood up for myself. So now I have to ask, was I the a-hole for walking out on that trip? Should I have stayed and stuck it out for the sake of family? Or was this the only way they'd ever learn how it feels to be left out? Drop a comment and tell me what you would have done. And if you liked this story and want more like it, don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Thanks for watching Reddit Visuals. Until next time.